Today I want to share a message about negative thoughts. And the reason I wanted to talk about negative thoughts is because it's something that impacts everybody's artistic practice. It's something that impacts everybody's life. And when I make videos like this, all the videos in my channel, they're almost all motivational. They're almost all about useful information. In short, they're about being optimistic about your career, about your art, about what you have to share, right? That's one of my strengths as a speaker, as a teacher. I'm encouraging people to try a variety of paths so that their art, their message gets out into the world. And my kind of ideas are often about reinforcing ways of thinking that will help you achieve your goals. Even if I'm talking about issues like self-sabotage and how to avoid self-sabotage. And then there's just the issue of negative thoughts, right? Today I just want to talk about negative thoughts and what that means. I had a friend who did a performance that was just called Negative Thoughts, and he would just talk about all the things that he was feeling really negative about. And he said sometimes afterwards people would come up to him crying and say, thank you so much for sharing that. Because typically we don't want to share our negative thoughts, right? We want to share what's positive. I don't know if you've noticed, but on Facebook, if you share something that is very up, like, wow, I'm so excited, I'm having the best day of my life, I just went for the most beautiful walk in the woods. That tends to get a lot of comments, saying something, that's not quite as enthusiastic, about, I don't know, something else in your life. I read this book, or I went here and that was exciting. Doesn't create the same kind of enthusiasm. Of course, if you talk about somebody dying, it generates an enormous response, right? You get, dozens, if not, more comments of people who you haven't heard from in a while saying, I'm so sorry to hear that, or offering you condolences of some kind. So there are some thoughts that, though they're not positive, can generate a lot of support and community, like a thought about, or the fact of someone dying, or a pet dying, or something like that. So my point today is to embrace negative thoughts, to not think that just because you're having negative thoughts today, because or another day, and you're thinking, oh, maybe this art just isn't good enough, or maybe I'm not good enough, or you project it out into the world, which is more common, which is thinking that gallery is awful, or that person, or that artist is awful, and I don't like who they are, or the way they talk, and that's all negative thinking, which I think is human, and it's natural, and it's part of all of us. I also have negative thoughts, even though I don't share them here, right? I'm always talking up about everything, and that's who I am and what I like to share. But it was only yesterday evening after an opening. I'm sitting at a table, having a meal in New York City after an opening, and I'm talking to an artist who just doesn't stop talking about themselves. That's all they talk about the whole time. A very good friend of mine was there, who was a friend of the artist, but the artist was just completely self-centered, and though I've seen this paradigm before, it upset me. It irritated me. I started thinking negative things, that I didn't like the way this artist was talking, that I was upset I was at the table, that I felt that my friend was being kind of insulted or sidelined, and who was another person at the table. And so these were all negative thoughts I'm struggling with, but I'm not articulating them. It's not important to talk about them at the table, but it changes mood, and it changed my experience there. So while I wish that I was thinking more positively there, and thinking more about, even though this artist isn't speaking about anything other than themselves, and that everything references themselves, that that's okay. They're excited. I could have maybe brought the conversation in other ways, or started a conversation by talking to someone else instead of letting her dominate it. But I didn't, right? But I didn't. I was thinking negative thoughts, and I stayed in those negative thoughts. And that's partly because perhaps we all, like to wade in negative thoughts every now and then, our own suffering, our own difficulty. So today, negative thoughts, suffering. I just want to say it's part of being human, and that I don't have an answer to not think negative thoughts or to turn them in something to positive. That's not the message of today's video. The message is that it's okay to have them. It's fine if you're thinking negatively, if you're projecting your own difficulties onto others, and even thinking unfair things, as I was about someone else. That's okay. That's natural. That's normal. Um, Bring it into your studio. Maybe you can use it. Maybe you can do something with that. Or maybe you'll just eventually feel a different way. Again, I don't want to give you a solution to that. Today is just about the idea that we're all in this community together. We're in the community of artists together, but we're in the community of human beings together, and we all have feelings that are not what we want to show the public all the time. It's not what Facebook responds to best, which is, very exciting triumphs that you're having, or deaths, right? Or something extreme. But we could just be having a bad day. We could just be being in a bad mood for some reason, and we don't know why. And I just want to say, as an artist, this can sometimes be difficult, because you can think, well, my career is going nowhere. This isn't working. Maybe I should give up. Negative thoughts can escalate and make you think about taking rash decisions. So I just want to say not to take those rash decisions, just to accept them as negative thoughts that are coming, that are normal, that are natural. Don't throw anything out yet. Don't make any rash decisions. Wait till you feel better. Wait till you're out for a walk to make that decision. Wait till you're had a good night's sleep and a good meal, and are feeling good about something. So I hope that helps. I was thinking about it a lot today, as even this morning I was struggling with the negative thoughts I had yesterday, and what that meant, what I was projecting, which ends up being even more negative thoughts, right? You can get tougher on yourself. So I just wanted to share that, because I think negative thoughts are something everybody deals with. Embrace them. They're natural, just like having waking up on the wrong side of the bed, having an off day is as natural as can be. So I hope this helps, and I hope these types of things, negative thoughts, can either be incorporated into your work, or just let them pass by like a cloudy day, or just embrace them and understand that you're human and this happens. Put off major decisions about the kind of art you're making or what you're doing until you're feeling better. So I hope that helps. And for all of you who are having negative thoughts now or recently, I just want to say I understand. You're in a big club here, and we all get it. And so embrace that, and hopefully move on, and know that things will change tomorrow. I hope that's helpful. Thanks for watching this channel.